So this is an abstract concept that we apply in the following way to everything we do, whether it's in the interactions with people, in the interactions with teams internally, on every product, every feature, every tool, in every way. We try to apply these principles of digital empathy, and it's pivotal to our identity. Basically, we are all about trying to connect with the human being behind the data. And we tackle this through the application of these principles to our offerings, to our services. The first principle is the principle of expression. And remember, these principles apply to any product that deals with people. They're very powerful. The principle of expression is about adding to your digital product or to your UI, in our case or search UI, elements of motion and correlated action in such a way that the user feels a positive surprise. Behind this principle of expression lies the understanding that the brain processes differently faces, as I'm doing right now with you, than objects and places. But when we are confronted to a device screen, it's a bit cold, and you know, we like to confront people, and this is a bit cold and it's flat. So when you add the principle of expression, you add elements of motion and correlated action that, when applied in harmony, are capable of provoking a nice, memorable, magic moment, we call it. There are many specific examples of this that you can see on our clients through motion, recipients, etc. But think of it as enabling a product to morphologically express itself and to connect with this unique capacity not only human beings have of understanding and expressing emotions. The second principle, it's very easy to understand. It's the principle of anticipation. It's all about shortcuts. It's all about detecting intentions. Specifically, the principle of anticipation happens when you do entity detection, SKU detection, voice detection. And to give you a specific example, you arrive at an online store, you start searching for a number as opposed to a word. So the earlier you detect this and you normalize that number, and you understand that that person, for example, is searching for a SKU number, and you auto-complete with those SKU numbers, that's a way in which you anticipate this user. And this is a very important principle because you try to evoke a sense of understanding. Anticipation is equals to understanding. Anticipation tries to create a beautiful feeling you obtain when somebody gets you. And this is what we try to do to our every product, or whether it's Empathy X, Empathy Search, or Empathy Insights. The third principle, and to me, definitely the most important of all three, is the principle of transparency, of exposing with clarity why and how a feature does what it does. To give you a specific example, you know, a lot has been written and spoken about personalization. Well, if you don't apply the principle of transparency, you personalize stuff without telling the user. If you apply the principle of transparency, you tell the user. Yeah? So think you arrive at an online store, you click on a search box, and you see the history of queries. The most basic form of personalization. When you apply that principle, this history of queries, you can delete it, you can disable it, you can control it. And this is very, very powerful because it creates a sense of loyalty and trustworthiness. And I say, to me, this is the most important principle in the many ways in which you can articulate it, because you evoke a sense in the user, in the person, towards the product of, oh, this product is honest, this product is fair, is trustworthy, you know, and that's really, really powerful. The same way as when somebody is honest and trustworthy towards another person. Yeah. So those are the three principles.